Is your trial going to be streamed?
I have no idea.
Oh.
You know, it's going to be up to the judge.
I would think they wouldn't because of all the pedophiles that are trying to.
You know, there's
People
that.
are trying to make money off of it. I don't know.
There's a serious issue. So there's a rule about pre-trial stuff, like the omnibus hearing, probably not going to be streamed because there's a rule that it shouldn't be.
Right.
That rule exists for a lot of reasons. It's pre-trial. It has evidentiary issues sometimes that they wouldn't want to be outside of that could be exposed to a potential jury, for example, right? Because with omnibus hearings, you may be dealing with an evidentiary issue on whether certain evidence will be admissible or certain topics will be able to be explored in the upcoming trial. Well, if you say that these topics can't be talked about, but there's a whole fucking video recording talking about those topics, that kind of makes it difficult to keep it out of the eyes of the public. So there's a rule that the pretrial hearings probably cannot be out there. Whether or not the trial will be streamed or not is a different question, because it's one thing to have a publicly accessible trial and another thing to say that the trial needs to be live streamed.
Yeah.
That's not up to me. That's up to the judge. I don't know what the local rules are around it. I know that the judge was actually very pissed off that he said not to record the arraignment and it was just streamed like that. Yeah. People just did that.
You think he liked that someone shouted the N-word
wasn't happy about that, actually. It's funny because like a lot of people thought that was whatever, but that's part of the reason that the judge does not want various things out there is because people just fucking defied the initial order. And so like the judge said, don't do this. People did it. And now it's like, now you want the judge to do the thing that you did when he told you not to. And so people don't realize the kind of impact that shit has. And so courts are presumed to be public, but there are considerations. Like there are potentially minor witnesses that could be called by the state or by us. And if that's the case, then, the court will have to do something to protect their identities because there's a rule that says they can't be streamed unless like those rights are waived or whatever. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that has to go into that. It's not, this is up for my lawyer to work on. The state has a say in it. Obviously interested parties out there filing their own motions like Josh, who just desperately wants as much information about Josh is really
He's fucked up though. He shouldn't have fucking sent a pedophile in then. He shouldn't have lied about the fucking pedophile.
Josh cares about the integrity of the court process. That's what Josh is looking for. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. But the whole thing is like that's a different discussion as to whether the trial itself will be streamed. I mean, that's if there is a trial. The one thing I think that has to be streamed is or has to be made public, and I think streamed is like guilty if there's like a guilty plea or something like that. I think that there's a rule that says that has to be streamed, but I'm not positive on it. I was just skimming some of the rules today, laughing. Yeah. But it's great because Josh has done all this, and none of the people who like are so fervently after this information realize how much damage they did by when a judge said something, they said fuck you and did it anyway. And then they were going to have to ask that judge or one of that judge's colleagues to do a thing for them later. But you defied the order in the first place. Now, I'm not blaming any particular person. Just look at how the judge looks at it. The judge goes, these people defied my order. He doesn't know who they are. He doesn't know where they're from. He doesn't know who recorded it. He just knows that people didn't listen. And judges' entire lives are premised around people having to listen to what they say. And you didn't. And so now when someone comes along and requests access, the judge just goes, well, I told them not to do it before. And now they want me to. No, why would I do that? So that's a thing. I don't know if it'll be streamed or not.